Hi there, this is the Aptitude Guy and welcome to the part 2 of previous year's questions of TCS NQT. Let's get started. This is the first question. Pause the video, try to solve it and then unpause and there you'll have the answer. The answer is A 2027. If you got the answer, congratulations. If you did not, here is the solution. Now they have mentioned in the question that the amount of glacier melt has doubled, and some scientists predict that all the glaciers would have melted away by the year 2037. And each decade since the Industrial Revolution, it doubles. Okay, each decade it doubles. So if by 2037 it gets over completely, that is 100% decrement. That means the decade before that it had finished half of it, because every decade it doubles, right? So the previous decade it was half of it. So it was 50% in which year? One decade before 2037. What is one decade before 2037? Obviously 2027. Hence, that is the answer. That's it. Just because the question is so long doesn't mean the solution also has to be that long. It's very easy, just simple common sense. Let's move on to the next question. So basically what they mean to say is from 1 to 100, how many nines are there? That's all. So first let's talk about the ones place, okay, or the units place. We have 9, 19, 29, so on and so forth, all the way up till 99. How many such numbers are there? There are 10 such numbers. Okay. Now let's talk about the tens place. We have 90, 91, 92, and again all the way up till 99. How many numbers here? Again 10. So obviously the answer is 10 plus 10, that is equal to 20. That is the answer. Now some of you might be wondering, we are considering 99 twice, we should subtract 1. That is why 19 is given in the options. That is the wrong answer. Why? Because ultimately they are not asking how many such numbers are there. They are asking how many nines are there. In 99 there are two nines. This is one nine, this is one nine. Okay, the first 9 we are considering in the ones place, and the second 9 we are considering in the tens place. That is the difference. That is why the number of such numbers is 19. Yes, the number of such unique numbers is 19. But how many nines are being used? 20 nines are being used. That is the question. Okay, so the language of the question is very important. Let's move on to the next question. Pause the video, try to solve it, and then unpause. The answer is A 48. And honestly, the best way to solve such a question is trial and error. They are asking, I have a 2-digit number, the units digit is twice as tens digit. If I reverse the number and subtract 36 from it, I get the initial number. What is the number that I started with? First of all, using this line itself, we get to know what the answer is. The units digit is twice as the tens digit. Obviously, this is the only thing that makes sense. Any other thing makes absolutely no sense. But if at all they have another number like 36 or 24, then what do? Then obviously you have to use trial and error and subtract 36 from it and see if the resulting number is actually the opposite of that or not. Like over here on 48, if we use the second line that says, if I reverse the number and subtract 36 from it, reverse of 48 is 84, and then subtract 36 from it, you actually get 48. Hence proved. That is the answer. Let's move on to the next question. Read the question, try to solve it, and then unpause. The answer is D. Now, how to solve it? Such questions also, there's only one way to solve it. You need to use trial and error. Let's do it like that. First, let's use A. Let's check out A. It says that all fathers are men. The first line says all fathers are men. So there itself, A is wrong, because in A, M, the Venn diagram, the circle of M comes inside of F. This means to say that all men are fathers. But no, they are telling all fathers are men. So obviously, this is absolutely wrong. Now let's check B. All fathers are men. Is that true over here? Yes, that is 100% true. All fathers are men. It says some are teachers or politicians. Some fathers are teachers or politicians. There itself, B also goes wrong. Why so? Because here, none of the teachers are fathers and none of the politicians are also fathers. The circles are far apart. That is why this is also 100% wrong. Now let's check out C. Here, the last line of the question says, no teacher is a politician. But here, some teachers are politicians over here. So obviously, this also is absolutely wrong. So three of them are wrong. Obviously, the fourth one is the correct answer. By elimination, we get the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Pause the video, try to solve it, and then unpause. Take your time. The answer is B, log n base 2. Now, how does it make sense? Again, you have to use a little bit of trial and error. First of all, let's use A. A says n log base 2 of n equals f of n. Okay. So according to the table, let's check out 8 and 3 first. 8 into log base 2 of 8 equals 3. Does this make sense? Obviously not. Log 8 base 2 is equal to 3 by 8 according to the equation. But this makes absolutely no sense. This would mean that 2 power 3 by 8 is equal to 8. Is this correct? This is absolutely wrong. So obviously the whole thing is wrong. Now, if you do the same thing for B, let's see, a log n base 2 equals f of n. Okay, so let's use the first entry of the table over here. Log of 8 base 2 is equal to 3. Does this make sense? Yes, this is absolutely correct because 2 power 3 is equal to 8. Does it work for the second one also? Log of 32 base 2 equals 5. Does this make sense? Again, it makes absolutely perfect sense. And the other two also, it makes absolute perfect sense. Hence, the answer is definitely B. Let's move on to the next question. Pause the video, try to solve it, and then unpause. This is a particularly important type of question in mixtures. Go slow, focus on accuracy. The answer is D, 1:1. If you got it, you should definitely be proud of yourself. This is not a very easy question to solve. If you did not get it, that is completely okay. I'll tell you a method to solve it, using which you can solve any such question. When it comes to alloy questions or mixture questions, there is just one way to do it, and it's fairly simple. So first of all, what you do is you write both the alloy names over here. We have A and we have B. Okay. And they are made out of iron and zinc. So we have iron over here and zinc over here. Done. Now, the ratio of iron to zinc in the two alloys are 5:3 and 1:2 respectively. Okay, let's first talk about 5:3. In the first alloy A, the ratio is 5:3. That is, iron is to zinc is 5:3. Now I'll ask you a very important question. What is in the first alloy A, how much is iron alone? How much is iron alone? We know that the ratio is 5:3. We know that is the ratio. 5:3 is the ratio. Now, how much is iron alone of the entire A alloy? It is nothing but 5 by 8. Why so? Because there are 5 parts of iron and 3 parts of zinc. So totally there are 8 parts. Out of those 8 parts, 5 parts are iron alone. So 5/8 is iron. Okay. So in alloy A, iron is 5 by 8. Similarly, zinc is how much? 3 by 8, obviously. Now in alloy B, how much is iron? 1 by 3. And how much is zinc? 2 by 3. Now, A and B are combined in the ratio 4:3. That means wherever you have A, you multiply this by 4. And wherever you have B, you multiply it by 3. Again, 4 and 3. Okay, let's simplify it now. First of all, 4 and 8 gone, 2. 4 and 8 gone, 2. 3 and 3 gone, 3 and 3 gone. Now what we have to do is we have to add all the iron and add all the zinc. And then divide the whole thing. That is how we get to the answer. Let's do it. So we have 5 by 2 plus 1 and 3 by 2 plus 2. When you solve it, you will get 7 by 2 divided by 7 by 2. And obviously that is equal to 1:1. If you did not understand any part of that solution, please go back and watch the video again. I'm 100% sure you'll get it. And even if there is a mixture type of question instead of alloys, even if there is a mixture type of question or a solution type of question, the method stays the same. With this method, you can solve any of those questions. Let's move on to the next question. Pause the video, try to solve it, and then unpause. This one is a very theoretical type of question. You don't really need to solve it. The answer is B parabolic. If you want to draw a graph for this, the graph would look something like this. And obviously that is a parabola. Let's move on to the next question. Pause the video, try to solve it. A very simple speed, time and distance problem. Try to solve it and then unpause the video. The answer is B, 29.4 km per hour. How to solve it? Very simple. Such questions have a very simple and stable method to solve it. Now, one thing that is common between both of them, that is the racehorse and the pony. What is common between both of them? Is the time taken common? No. Is the speed common? No. Is the distance common? Yes. The distance traveled by both of them is 100% common. So, distance traveled by the horse is equal to the distance traveled by the pony. Okay. Now, what is distance equal to? Distance is equal to speed into time. So, speed of the horse into time of the horse equals speed of the pony into time of the pony. Now, what is the speed of the horse? They have already given it, 49. And what is the time taken by the horse to cover this distance? It took 3 hours. 3 hours to cover this distance. Okay. Now, what is the speed of the pony? That is what we need to find. And what is the time taken by the pony? The first 2 hours and after that the 3 hours. So, totally 5 hours. So, obviously, this means speed of the pony is equal to 49 into 3 divided by 5. Now, how to solve it without actually calculating it? I will start to approximate. Now, approximately, this is equal to how much? 49 can be approximated to be 50 into 3 by 5. Now, 5 and 50 gone, 10. So, this is equal to 30. Now, the answer is supposed to be the nearest to 30. Okay, that means obviously C and D are 100% wrong. Now we have A and B. Now A is slightly more than 30 and B is slightly less than 30. Is the answer more than 30 or less than 30? For that, we need to go back to what the actual equation was. Actual equation is this, 49 into 3 by 5. Is that more than the approximation or less than the approximation? Obviously less than the approximation. How did we approximate? I made 49 to 50. That means the answer we got, this 30 that we got, this is more than the actual answer. That means the actual answer is slightly less than 30. So 30.4 is absolutely impossible. Answer is 29.4. So without actually solving it, we got to the answer. Now, if there was another option over there, which was 29.6 or 29.8 or something like that, then we would have to properly solve it. But here, approximation helps us. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Pause the video, try to solve it. You know the drill. Answer is C80. If you got it, congratulations. That means your equation solving skills are on point. If you did not get it, here's the solution. Twin brothers Love and Kush wrote the TCS NQT test, while Love scored 45% and got 4 marks below the cutoff. So let the total marks be T and the cutoff marks be C. Now, how will you frame the equation over here? Obviously, 45%, so 45 by 100 of the total marks is equal to the cutoff minus 4. So according to this, the cutoff is how much? The cutoff is equal to 45 by 100 T plus 4. Done. Now let's look at the second part of the question. It says Kush scored 60% and scored 8 marks above the cutoff. Okay. So 60% of the total is equal to the cutoff plus 8 marks. So according to this, the cutoff is equal to 60 by 100 T minus 8. So all we have to do is we need to equate these two equations. That's it, because both of them are equal to cutoff. So we have 45 by 100 T plus 4 is equal to 60 by 100 T minus 8. Let's solve it. 60 by 100 T minus 45 by 100 T will be equal to 15 by 100 T. This is equal to 4 plus 8, that is equal to 12. And if we solve that, we'll get T equals 12 into 100 divided by 15. When you solve it, you will get 80 as the answer. That's it. That is the solution. You get two equations, you have two unknowns, you solve for one of them. 7th standard mathematics. Let's move to the next question. This is almost like the first question that we solved. So I will not solve this question. Instead, I'll give you guys the task, solve it and comment your answers. I will definitely reply to your comments. Take your time, pause the video, try to solve it, and then comment your answers below. With this, we reach the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it helped you and I hope you learned something. Please consider subscribing and all the best for the exam. Thank you.